I wish Anna was with us here today, physically with us here today. She's been diagnosed with stage 4 adrenal carcinoma.
Yep.
First of all, how is she doing today?
She's actually doing pretty good. She's had
For
4
someone
rounds.
that has stage 4 cancer, my husband just lost his cousin to stage 4 renal cancer. And I get it, everybody's cancer is different and stuff.
I'm here on my chemo treatment.
For Anna, she's still able to drive for herself. She's still able to take the kids to and from places.
Right.
Like, like obviously she doesn't have hair. She doesn't have eyebrows. She doesn't have any hair on her arms or anything like that.
She's had like 4 cancer treatments, but she will not have any more chemo treatments.
But I will say, like, a lot of people thought that it was going to make her sick and stuff like
We
that.
did too.
Wear her down and stuff. I mean, like, it does wear her body down sometimes, but like, other
she's
than
able
that,
to bounce
like,
back right back pretty
Right.
quick.
And now when she does, the one thing that we have noticed since we actually found out and since she's been having chemo is like, you know, she'll go to like dinner and to like Walmart and she's very tired. But like outside of that, be honest with you, no, because like she had the 4 chemo treatments and we just went to the doctor last week for like her thing and now she only has to go every 3 months to do scans. And the next course, if she chooses to, if that time comes, will be immune therapy or clinical trials. And she just wants to see how it's going to go. And we don't know what to expect because the cancer is very aggressive and it grew from nothing to something huge on the left side of her body really fast. So I guess for me as her mother, and I know for her, it's just scared not knowing what is going to happen next. Now when the chemo's starting to come out of her body.
So do you know what her prognosis is?
We do know that. And we just say one day at a time.
You just say one day at a time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, we don't really know her prognosis.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, we know that, you know,
it could be
it's
5
terminal.
years.
We know it's terminal, but like, we just, like when people ask that, we just say, because the doctor said, you know, because she went from like 10 to 5 to 1, and like, you know, so I just tell people, because I'm like, okay, she's stage 4, she's not going to go into remission. We've all accepted that. So I just tell people like one day at a time, like, because you never know, because somebody can tell you 6 months and you live 5 years.
I was just going to say, I mean, if there's anything we know about your family is that you guys are resilient and you're fighters.
Right.
Honestly, who's not to say a year from now, they won't have a cure. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but like
that's optimistic.
The medical field is growing every single day. There's always something. Like, think about how quick they come out with a COVID vaccine, things like that. Like, I truly believe that eventually there will be a cure for some kind of cancer.
Okay. Well, that's I'm optimistic too.
Yeah,
so I
girl,
completely
me too.
appreciate that.
Right.
So I'm thrilled to hear that she's doing okay, all things considered. That she can go to Walmart and she can, you know, go to live her life.
Do for herself.
Yeah, she just
you know what I
doesn't
mean?
work
She hasn't
a
become,
full-time job.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of her kids too.
Right.
Are they aware of what's going on?
Very.
The 10-year-old is aware
And
but
understands.
I don't think she fully understands.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What does she understand? That mommy's
I think
not
she
feeling
understands that mommy is sick and
Mommy might not be here.
mommy may not be here for a while.
So like Kaitlyn was always like close with Anna, but like now she's like this.
Yeah.
Like
she
won't-
doesn't leave Anna's
She doesn't
side.
go
No.
anywhere without Anna, and I get that because she's thinking if she goes somewhere,
Something
then
might
maybe
happen.
Anna might not be at the house when she comes back.
So they've had some of those tougher conversations.
Yeah, because she's 10, but she's
lot more mature.
A lot more mature than that because she's
Kylee
been raised
just-
around older people.
Kylie being
I
7.
think she's too young to even realize.
Yeah, she just knows Mama's sick all the time.
Mama's sick. That's all she knows.
And Gigi fusses when they're sick and they get around Mama.
Yeah. As the caretakers, you guys have
Right.
really stepped up from what I understand. How are you guys doing?
It is, I mean, like I tell you all the time, like, for me, it's like an emotional roller coaster sometimes, and like mentally, because it's always on my mind. Like, it's always right here. And for me, they like, oh, we'll stop talking about it. For me, it just helps talking about it, because like me keeping it in is just like, it's eating me up inside.
I mean, it is crazy to think like that she will not be here probably in 5 years. But I'm hoping, like, you know, I'm hoping that she can pull through and fight 10, 20 years, you know?
Yeah, right.
But like, if she doesn't, it is crazy to think like,
You know,
that's
it's like
crazy. That's my sister.
Right.
Yeah.
But also, just not her sister. I tell people that's also they share the same birthday. My oldest and my youngest share the same birthday. So
Yeah,
I
that's
know it's like
something.
they don't.
And,
Yeah.
you know, I loved, Alana, when you posted on your Instagram story, something to the effect of, you need to be nice to people because you never know what people are going on behind closed
Really?
doors. Why did you feel compelled to post that?
Because not just in Anna's case, but in our case too, like we have, like, even though that we're on TV every day and we got this big happy life on TV and people are like, oh girl, you got that money, you on TV, girl, you famous. And they think just because you're famous, you have the best life ever.
No.
And it's like, I still have real that goes on behind closed doors
And
that y'all don't see.
And people online only get to see an hour into our lives or whatever we allow them to see on social media.
And then they can judge you off 2
judge you off of an hour episode. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't know what happened during that episode, behind the scenes of that episode, in the process of us filming it. Or like, now we're all sitting here, but like, okay, you're not here with us going to Anna's treatments.
We had no idea what Anna was dealing with.
Right.
Because that's
You
what
know?
people don't realize is back in August,
People
she just
still
had
go
a
in her
surgery.
lives and stuff like that, and I was like, why don't you have any hair?
Like, why is she bald?
like, why is
why
she
are you
bald?
bald? Like, why even ask
Like,
that?
I just don't understand. Like, it's 2023. Why are people still hating? Like, at this point, you
Live
should
and let
live
live.
your own life and just worry about what you got to do tomorrow.
And leave me alone.
Worry about what bills you gotta pay.
Right?
But like I try to tell the girls this, we've been on TV October 12th, 2011, which is Jessica's birthday. We started filming this whole thing with toddlers and tiaras. And people have grown with Alana and with Pumpkin, with Jessica, even Anna, even Gigi's baby Kaitlyn, throughout the years, Tink, Bentley, and all this. I said, so really people have grown up with y'all and grown through us and went from ups, downs, highs, lows, in between and loved us through it all. And so they just assume that they know. And that's the reason why that I kind of go and do like the TikTok live watch parties the hour before the show and during the show and after.
Well, I think a lot of people
Is
watch
because
us
I
and
like
feel
to-
like they are owed an entitlement.
Yes.
Yeah, that
sometimes
they're
yes.
entitled to what's going on in
Yeah.
your life.
Yes.
Assuming there is going to be another season, will we find out more about Anna's life?
It just depends.
We don't know.
Because our life is still rolling without the cameras rolling. Like there's
Life
no
is still
camera, there's no
happening.
cameras, but your camera's
life
here.
doesn't just pause when the cameras leave,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
Stay in one spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when
We're
y'all
not
see,
just like-
because
we're just
when
like,
y'all see
it's
Anna
like
in season 6, she had hair. Anna no longer has hair. She lost that 2 weeks after starting chemo.
Yeah.
What do you think it was that made her more comfortable with saying, I will be on the show this season?
I think sharing her story, being a part of Mama's story too, like we all knew that when we had talked about it that, you know, Anna was going to go and then we were going to go. So then it would be like all of us basically reuniting together.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, I don't think anybody cared about the cameras being there.
Do you talk to her about, you know, whether she'd want to share what she's going through on TV?
We allow
We
her
do
to share.
Yeah,
her.
but we let her do that on her timing. Like when people come to our TikTok pages or our Instagram pages and always ask us like, hey, could we, you know, buy something? Because she has had people be very generous to her over this process and stuff. But we just don't tell any of her business,
and
medical
what-
business,
yes.
because that's not our story to tell.
If she wants to tell it, then she can tell it.
And so what we do is we
And
allow
I'll tell
her to
it
say
after
it
she tells
first.
it.
Yeah, that's what happens.
how it
We
works.
allow her to come forward with it, and then
Because it's a
we
lot
go
to
behind
process.
her.
So, like, when she goes to doctor's appointments and stuff like
We're
that,
there.
she's very transparent with social media as well. Like, when she does have appointments and things like that. And sometimes, if she didn't get all that great news, you can kind of tell on live and stuff like
On
that.
her
She doesn't really want to tell everybody yet. So I'm just like, Anna, you don't owe anybody anything.
Right.
This
No.
is yours.